Hey friends, happy Monday. Today we are going to make one of my ultimate favorite pasta dishes. If you want a good Italian meal, bada boom, bada bing. Mwah.
It's all original. It's all original. It's all original. It's all original. Meet me at the top, make 'em wanna talk. Starting now, we never gonna stop.
Today we are going to do pasta with anchovies and caramelized onions, a little bit of white wine, and a knob of butter. That's it. That's it. That's it. The simple Italian delicious pasta, and I'm going to accompany it with some sourdough guanciale toast. Guanciale is the pig jowl right here at the bottom of the cheek, and it is super fatty, super delicious. It's got just a beautiful layer of fat, and it's sliced so thinly that you can eat it raw as is. You can use it in place of bacon. You can use it just on warm toast, is what we're gonna do today. But it's basically like just really fancy fucking bacon is what it is. These guys are so good. My buddies at Niagara Food Specialty, they're amazing. So what you'll need today is your pasta. I got my pasta from my wonderful friend Leo in Toronto from Famiglia Belisare. And you'll need some butter, always unsalted when you're cooking. You'll need brown anchovy fillets. And the reason why I have this giant jar is because you need 20 for this recipe. Don't think you're using one or two. And if you don't like anchovies, there's something wrong with you. And you'll need 2 onions, which I've already chopped ahead of time, so you don't have to watch me cry. Some white wine for cooking and for drinking. Is it wine or is it espresso? You wouldn't know with this cute little cup that my best friend Kelly made for me. No, it's wine, 100% wine. And you'll need some toast. Why is there holes in your bread? In my opinion, sourdough is the best. And if you're gonna like say, oh, why is there holes in your bread? That's because it's real food, and sometimes there's holes in bread. It's not Wonder Bread, okay? So don't just hate because there's a hole in your bread. We are going to boil the water and get that going, but in the meantime, we need to caramelize the onions. Calling you people out. You're caramelizing onions wrong. So many people just throw onions in a pan, and that's not the way to do it. If you're doing that, you're caramelizing onions wrong. Caramelizing an onion takes minimum 45 minutes. Excuse me, I can't talk. Minimum 45 minutes. You have to go low and slow. Anyone that thinks they can caramelize something in 10 to 15 minutes and you're getting that brown, that's because your heat is too high. You have to go low and slow. That's the definition of caramelizing a bloody onion, okay? So don't call it caramelize anything unless it's been on your pan for at least 45 minutes. So let's get that going because it's gonna take a little while. Don't put anything in the pan with the onions. No butter, no olive oil, no salt. The onions will do the work themselves. And you do not want to salt this yet. You only want to salt it after you've caramelized it. So we will leave that. Okay guys, so we are looking good on the onion side. Pro tip on how to actually check if your caramelized onions are ready. When you eat the caramelized onion, it literally melts in your mouth. Like you should have one little bite and it just melts in your mouth. That's a true caramelized onion. Don't cheat, don't be impatient, calling you people out. You're caramelizing onions wrong. It's totally, totally worth it. Next, we are going to actually put your pasta water on. So I've got my pasta water over here, and I'm going to heavily salt it. Do what Nona says. Nona always says heavily salt your pasta water. Don't be a little afraid, just throw a little pinch in there. You want a heavy, heavy salt on your pasta water. Now, my favorite little things in the entire world, these brown anchovies. Oh man, I love anchovies so much. So we are going to use not 1, not 2, not 3, but 20. Yes, you heard me right. We are using 20 brown anchovies in this dish. Trust me, do not be afraid, just do it. It's gonna be so good in the end. It all works so well together. The simplicity of this dish will shine through, don't worry. Once they're in with the caramelized onions, then you're just gonna smush them in and just kind of like squish them into the onions, okay? And they're gonna warm up and they're basically just gonna be melting into these onions. These anchovies have such a strong salt to them. So you want to let this sit, taste it, and then the salt afterwards. Plus you have your salt in your pasta water as well, so you don't want to oversalt this dish at all. Now that the anchovy and onions are perfectly married together, we just need to add about a cup of wine and let that come to a little bit of a boil. We're gonna grab our sourdough over here, give a little bit of a glug of oil on here. When I was in Italy, all the guys did this at the dinner table. It's probably to like, you know, turn on people, but you know, whatever. It's good for your lips, you know, that's basically what I'm saying. Okay, and we're just gonna give this a quick toast. While that's going, I'm going to just put a little knob of butter in our pasta sauce there. Give it that nice little glistening. Once the first knob is melted, you just want to add a second knob of butter as well. And this pasta will only take probably 2 minutes. You want it nice and al dente, nice al dente, al dente, al dente. All done. And I'm gonna pull out my pull out my my sourdough. And you want this bread to be warm when you put our guanciale on, because you want it just to melt. This is the definition of simplicity. Sourdough, toasted, olive oil, and guanciale. I love guanciale. And it's just so much fun to say. Guanciale. Pav, I know you're smirking because you just want to eat everything that's going on right here. I can see the drool coming off of your face. The aroma is so beautiful. Our pasta is looking beautiful. And in these last moments here, this is where it's going to come together. This beautiful sauce of caramelized onions and brown anchovy with a little bit of the butter. Then we're gonna bring the pasta in, toss it, and then add a little bit of the pasta water to get that starch in there, and it's gonna start to create this just glistening, glowing sauce that'll just coat the pasta, and it's gonna be super salty in the best kind of way. To finish this beautiful, beautiful, sexy, sexy dish off, we have a little bit of Parmigiano Reggiano, glug of olive oil, and a little bit of cracked pepper. This is my favorite pasta dish, hands down. The simplicity, the beautiful marriage between the salty anchovies and the buttery caramelized onions, accompanied with my other favorite thing, guanciale. I'm in heaven right now. I have a beautiful little mug of wine. There's nothing else really to do but eat. I'm so excited. I haven't made this in so long either. I don't know why. I used to make this like once a week. So good. It's so hot. It's so hot, but so good. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm actually gonna cry a little bit. So yummy. Salty and buttery and silky, if that makes any sense. But this pasta is the bomb. If you're not a big fan of anchovies, you can half them in half. Like not half them in half, but like put half the anchovies in the dish. And you'll still get a beautiful pasta. This, if you're vegetarian, I can't help you. There's no vegetarian substitute for guanciale. It's the cheek of the pig. Oh, it's delicious. I'm gonna eat it. Oh my god. This is fantastic. Just a little extra. Dynamite. Panty dropper right there. Just saying.